Hello, today we are going to learn about class. As we know, uh, we will begin it with the definition of the class. So the class is a group of words that containing a subject and predicate or a verb. So minimum of the clause has a subject and also a verb. So if they are not subject and also a verb, it can count it as non-clause. So we are going to learn about a clause. So it will dealing with a subject and also a predicate or the verb, and the clause is functioning as a member of a complex or a compound sentence. And also, a clause is a group of words that includes subject and a verb, like I have said before, and it expresses a single idea or proposition. So if we are talking about clause, it will express, or it will represents a single idea. There are two kinds of clause. The first one is the main clause, and the second one is the subordinate clause. This. So the main clause is independent clause. We can say the main clause is the independent clause, and the main clause is able to stand on its own as a meaningful sentence. But it's different with the subordinate clause, which subordinate clause is a dependent clause. Dependent clause is the main clause, and the dependent clause is the subordinate clause. Subordinate clause is unable to stand on its own to create a meaningful sentence. It needs the main clause. As in bahasa, we can say in bahasa, the main clause is as induk kalimat, and the subordinate clause is anak kalimat in bahasa Indonesia. For example is I ate some of the cake after they left. I will use another color. I is the subject. Like I've said before, that clause has to at least having one subject and the verb. I ate as a predicate, as a verb. So I ate some of the cake can be counted as main clause. The main clause. I will label it with M. How to write with a left hand. Okay. Don't mind my handwriting. And wait, I will use another one. Another color. I will use blue. After they left, they, the subject, and left as the verb. After they left is subordinate clause because of that, because they refer to the cake. So you cannot make it as alone sentence or as a dependent sentence, because it needs a referee. It must be referred to the clause or the word before the clause. This refer to the cake. So I ate some cake. It indicates that it has been in the past time. Verb 2. I ate some of the cake after they left, and they is referred to the cake. There's the main. I ate some of the cake is the main clause, and after they left is act as the subordinate clause. Well, there is possible for us to make a main versus main clause versus main clause. Like in the sentence, I will wash the car and you wash the motorcycle. Both of the clauses, both of the clause, I wash the car, the first clause, has a subject, I, has a verb, wash, and has the object, the car. And you is the subject, same as the first clause. And also wash has the verb also. The motorcycle has the object also, and it is connected by a conjunction, and I round it with blue color. And the second example is Jill as the subject. Jill went to Atlanta, but Jack was in New Jersey. When is a verb, and was it also is the verb. Like we know, it's a verb too for the for telling that it is at the past time. And this is the adverb of place. So both of the clause are having the same position, main and also main clauses, and it's possible for the compound sentences. Both the first example and the second example have the same idea that it is main and it is main. I was the car has no relation with you was the motorcycle. They can stand as independent clause. So independent clause and independent clause can be connected by conjunction. Different with the main clause and subordinate clause that they have a reference so before the subordinate clause, but it's main clause and main clause. So the connection between the clauses, we can say it's conjunction, like the conjunction can be and, but, either or, neither nor, etc. So if you find the conjunction, that means it is main and also main clause.
So independent clause is divided into three types. The first one is adjective, the second is adverb, and the third is noun. So adjective clause, of course, it functions as an adjective, which is it modifies a noun or a pronoun. And it is often introduced by a relative pronouns, who, whose, whom, that, which, but they can also be introduced by a relative adverbs, where, when, and why. Adjective clause, the example are, the man who looked happy danced. So, who looked happy here, it modifies the man because adjective is modifying a noun. And the second example is the clock that I bought yesterday broke. And that I bought yesterday is modifying clock. Adjective clause is divided into two. The first one is restrictive and non-restrictive clause. Restrictive clause provides key and identifying information and are referred as an essential clauses, and non-restrictive clauses are also called non-essential clauses for the opposite reason. The example for restrictive clause is the astronaut who first stepped on the moon was Neil Armstrong. It is an important information that cannot be removed from the sentence, or else the sentence will change the meanings. And for the non-restrictive clause, it is Shakespeare, who died in 1616, is the writer of Romeo and Juliet. So if we remove these clauses, we still get the whole meaning of the sentence. The second is adverb clause. Of course, it functions as an adverb. It modifies a verb, an adjective, or other adverbs. It is often introduced by subordinating conjunctions such as after, before, if, since, until, and etc. The examples are, I sing because I love music. Because I love music here is modifying sing. The second is, he can play football after he broke his leg. After he broke his leg is modifying can play. In adverb clause, there's also an elliptical adverb clause in which it has one or two or more implied words. For example, he likes chess more than I. Here, we can see that he likes chess more than I like chess. The complete sentence more or less like that. And the second is, he likes chess more than me. Means that he likes chess more than he likes me. So the difference here, you can see with I and me, it's implied. It makes different sentence meanings. The third one is noun clause. Of course, it functions as a noun. It can be a subject, a direct object, an object of prepositions, and indirect objects, and more. It is sometimes introduced by a noun clause markers, and sometimes it isn't. The examples are, my mom knows I hate cucumber. I hate cucumber here functions as a noun and is the direct object of know. What he said infuriates me. What he said here functions as the subject and is the direct objects of infuriate. These are the reference I use for these presentations. Thank you so much. Bye.